Hi, good morning. I'm back at Severn Beach. Apologies for the noisy train. Although thank God the trains were running today, otherwise I'd have had difficulties. I've got quite a tight schedule today as it is, but I'll talk about that in a minute. But anyway, we are back at Severn Beach, and I've got to be careful where I go now. I think I've got to go this way. We're back at Severn Beach to, I suppose, properly finish the Severn Way. In the last video, you'll know that I got to Severn Beach and basically finished walking the River Severn, because over there is the Severn estuary, which basically goes into the Bristol Channel, which then goes into the Irish Sea. So we finished the Severn last time, but there is a Bristol link, and I've gone the wrong way. I've just checked, so I have to backtrack. Yes, basically there is a Bristol link, which is another 15 miles, which takes you from Severn Beach round the coast to the River Avon, the mouth of the River Avon, which we then follow back upstream into Bristol. So it's like an extension. Once you finish walking the actual River Severn, it's an extension that forms the last part of the official Severn Way. And yeah, I was in two minds about whether to do it or not, because the whole point, as I said last time, the whole point was to film the River Severn from the beginning to end. So this bit's it's kind of optional, really. It's not it's not really the River Severn. A bit of it is the bit that we're doing now, but most of it's the River Avon, in fact. So. But I did feel that because it was technically part of the Severn Way, and I was walking the Severn Way and making videos about the Severn Way, I thought I really ought to do this day and finish it properly. What's quite annoying, and why I'm quite angry with myself, is when I finished in the last video, that was 2 weeks ago, I should have just carried on, done the other 15 miles. I felt really good that day. Could have easily done the last bit, and then stayed overnight in Bristol and gone home the next day. The weird urgency and keenness to get home a day early was a bit pointless, really, and it means I've now had extra expense in order to come back here to finish it off. But I don't know, I think part of me was kind of debating whether I needed to do this anyway, so maybe I had kind of decided maybe that I'd finish the walk then. Anyway, whatever reason, I got up at 5:30 this morning, which is over 5 hours ago now. I've only really just got to Severn Beach about 20 minutes ago. A few trains from Ludlow via Newport, Bristol, Temple Meads. A couple of delays, which were annoying, but thankfully got to Severn Beach at the time I was originally meant to get there. So we are following this path still along the edge of the Severn estuary, and at some point we do sort of go inland, I think, and follow the River Avon. But yeah, I need to I can get back to Ludlow really at any time, because I've parked the car there. Yeah, I can basically take my time if I want to, but I don't want to get back too late. At the moment, I'm probably going to get back to Ludlow between 6 and 7 p.m. But yeah, it's one of those things. Bristol in a straight line is probably not that far from where I live, if you could actually do it in a straight line, but obviously you can't unless you can fly, which not many people can. God, I'm really waffling today. suffice it to say that it's yeah, it's a bit of a pain getting here, but I'm glad I did it because it's a nice day. It's probably the only nice day for a while, because it's been raining the last few days and it's going to be raining, I think, the next few days. So when I checked the forecast, this was the only day that didn't have rain of some form. So I thought, right, I'm not going to just leave this so it's going to be at the back of my mind for ages. I'm going to come back and finish this off, and that will be we will be done with the Severn Way completely then. I think I did this last video, but I will hopefully remember later on to talk about my general feelings about the walk, suggestions, tips, advice, that sort of thing. But yeah, we'll get on with it and see what the day brings. Again, I haven't really checked thoroughly. Something stuck to my foot. I haven't checked thoroughly what's coming up, so it'll be a bit of a surprise. Oh, now, don't trespass on the railway. I've kind of got to trespass on the railway. I suppose what they mean is don't prat about, just cross over. So I'll do that. By the way, if hopefully the audio is okay, it should be better because I am actually using a wireless. God, but that wasn't very nice on the audio. Come on. Get in. Edit that out. Yeah, I am using a wireless mic again, so hopefully this sounds better. Been a bit of a saga with the wireless mics. If you've been following these videos, you'll know that the first one, which we'll call Thunderbird 1, that was that fell off during which one was that? The long walk to Worcester, I think, that I did. Then mic number 2 I lost somewhere on the way to Bridge North, between Bridge North and Iron Bridge, I think. And then mic number 3 is at home somewhere. I just don't know where it is, so it's kind of lost at the moment. And this one, Thunderbird 4, is this is its first outing, so yeah, let's hope I don't lose this one, because it might just be me, but they do seem easy to knock off. But anyway, fingers crossed. I have brought a drone with me. It's not the drone I've used in previous videos, it's the same model, but that one went into the water, and even though I was able to get the footage off it, it's not working at the moment. I think it requires some sort of recalibration, or it might need to be sent back, or so for the moment it's kind of out of service. And those drones are very cheap at the moment. It's less than 200 quid. So I picked up another one because they are really good. I mean, the quality isn't as good as the other drone I bought a while back, and they're not very good in strong winds. But for just following you, just pretending to be like a cameraman that's following you, they're really useful for that. Just sort of independent camera. So I'm going to hopefully get a chance to test that out later on. In the meantime, I need to work out where on earth I'm supposed to be going next. So let's crack on. That's encouraging. So I really just want to waffle a bit more just to test out this microphone really. But yeah, in terms of how I got here, not in an existential sense, but in a walking the Severn Way sense. I got up at 5:30, left home about 6:20, and drove to Ludlow, parked, got the, what was it, 7:06 train from Ludlow to Newport. Newport was quite frustrating because the train that I was waiting for at Newport to go to Bristol Temple Meads, that was delayed by about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. They announced the platform change, so everyone had to go across the footbridge to the platform 1, and then they announced the platform had been changed again to platform 2, so we had to go all across the footbridge back to platform 2. Oh, then finally got it, but luckily that then got us into Bristol Temple Meads, and I was able to catch the train to Severn Beach with minutes to spare. So it could have been worse. I mean, yesterday the wind was pretty bad. There was a lot of rain, so I'm glad that there wasn't any more disruption than that. This really does feel like the ideal opportunity to do this, because it could be a bit dodgy in the next few days if the weather's bad, but yeah. So I got here. I got to Severn Beach about 10:24. Got 15 miles to do, and hopefully finish about 4 o'clock, between 4 and 5. So I'm not going to hang around. There is potentially a shortcut I could take later on, but now that I don't have to rush to get back to the car, I don't think I'll do that. I'll do the whole route. No cheating. But yeah, it could be an interesting day. So I think I've mentioned before, I have been around Bristol a couple of times when doing the Green Man Ultra, but I don't think I've been this way. I don't think I've done any of this. So this should be interesting, and going under the Clifton Suspension Bridge, never done that. I've been over it. I think I've been over it at least once. Yeah, it should hopefully be a nice nice walk into Bristol. The weather's nice. It should be like this all day, I think. Should be like this all day. Cloudy but no rain. Yeah, I think that's enough of me talking for now. To remember to turn this mic off, otherwise if I leave it on it's going to run out of battery. So it's a good job I'm paying attention to the map on my phone, because the Severn Way comes down here from that roundabout, but there's a route called, I think, the Prince Charles Coastal Path that carries on down that road, and I was originally going to follow that on the map without checking which route it was, but I could see this route coming off it, so I thought I'd double check, and this is the Severn Way. So I mean, if you were using a guidebook, it would be it would probably be fine. But if you were relying on signposts, which a lot of people do, they go for a hike, they do a national trail, they expect to just be able to use the signposts that are actually there, which is, I don't blame them. You kind of expect that they'd be maintained to a degree that you could just look out for way markers. But I couldn't see anything. There were footpath signs, but there was nothing saying Severn Way back there, I don't think. So yeah, if you're doing the Severn Way, definitely don't rely on the signs around you, because in some cases there aren't any, in some cases they've been turned around. Definitely, if you can, get a map on your phone and follow the route on that. Yikes. So the Severn Way is pointing up there, and you can get to the Severn Way that way, but on the actual Ordnance Survey map, it's pointing down here. So that's weird. I don't know why that's happened. It's not one of the signs that you can really turn around either. So it's like they are deliberately pointing people up the road. The map says to go down here, so tonight I'm following the map. So yeah, we're in suburbia now. Still haven't reached the Avon yet. I think I'm reaching it much later than I thought we would. It's probably going to be about halfway through the day, I think, we get onto the River Avon. So actually I did go the wrong way back then. Probably should have carried on the road, but it doesn't matter. I was able to loop back round and rejoin the way. Weirdly, I was about to think, oh, this is ridiculous, they've just completely abandoned the route, and then those small round Severn Way discs started appearing on post. So, now I need to check the map again. Right. Actually, I'll try this way and see. I'll check the map in a sec. This is very nice though. Be a great running route. Okay, well that was a lot of toing and froing. I think that was a relatively short section. It was still confusing, even following the map on my phone it was confusing, but there we go, we're here. So the path does continue in the forest, sort of had to come to the road, I think, even though it was even though it was very overgrown. I think that was the right way when I came onto the road, and then meant to go left on that rough track that I saw, but should be in there somewhere, yeah, over there somewhere. But no, I thought I'm going to come down this road instead because it's way more straightforward. I don't want to be going around in circles in that forest any longer. So I've just got to go down to the end here and turn right, and then get back onto the Severn Way. So that road, I think, was actually a drive going to a school. So luckily there was a footpath that comes off and will take me back to the Severn Way, which I may actually be on already. So it's worked out pretty well. I think that might be the Severn Way actually there, coming from the woods. So back on track, hopefully, for good. If you're thinking of John le Carre right now, then you're not the only one. What a racket! Hello, post-walk Dean here. I didn't get a chance to record my final thoughts on the Bristol link and the Severn Way in general at the end of the walk, so I thought I'd do it now while I'm editing. It was a bit unsure. I didn't check the guidebook, so when I got to the end of the walk, I wasn't entirely sure where it ended. I think it says that it's called the watershed. I think it's. I'll put it on screen exactly what the watershed is, but I think that's kind of the ending. Or there are other places apparently that you could end the Bristol link. There doesn't seem to be a proper official, like signpost or anything. And I mean, the Bristol link is kind of an addition at the end of the Severn Way anyway. So yeah, so no real fanfare either there or Severn Beach, but never mind. But yeah, I think it's the watershed is the official ending of the Severn Way. But I enjoyed it. Yeah, I enjoyed that. I enjoyed that day, the Bristol link. Chose the right day for it weather-wise. It was a nice mix of paths. I think if I lived in Bristol, I think that would be a really good running route. It's just a nice mix of riverside paths and a bit of urban, a bit of suburbia, a bit of forest. Some nice views. Yeah, I'm going to ask myself a question now, which is irritating. Do I think it's necessary to walk the Bristol link if you're doing the Severn Way? No, I think it's entirely up to you. If you're a real completionist and you want to say, right, I've done the Severn Way from start to finish, there's no argument, I've done the whole Severn Way, then fine, do the Bristol link. It's a nice walk, I enjoyed it. Yeah, like I say in the video, be careful. There are a few points where it's not entirely clear where to go, so make sure you have something with you that can guide you, like a really good map or something on your phone, GPS route on your watch. But yeah, it's a really nice route, but I wouldn't say it's essential. If you're of the mind that it's all about the River Severn, which I kind of was at one point, and when you get to Severn Beach, that's the end of the river, so that should be the end of the walk. There's no point carrying on. I completely understand that. I don't blame you. Severn Beach is a nice place to end it because you've got a fantastic view of the Severn estuary and the Prince of Wales Bridge. So yeah, you could end it there, and no problem at all. So the Severn Way in general, I think I've pretty much said it all in previous videos. It's a really nice walk. There are some great sections, ones that took me by surprise. Good variety. The initial, even if you only do the first day from, in fact, even if you just go to Haffron car park near Llanidloes, and you park there and you walk about half an hour, 45 minutes up to the source, and then back down to the car park. That's a fantastic walk. I mean, that's about, I would say, an hour and a half to 2 hours, depending on how quickly you walk. You can add a bit on as well. There was a bit there where I could have added a few kilometres on. That was really interesting. You get to see the start of the Severn, and it's a really nice walk through the forest. But there's a lot of sections that I really enjoyed. There is a problem with waymarking. They do need to go through. I mean, it's a problem because it's several local authorities, but they all need to look at their sections and really get the signage up to scratch. Clear away dead trees, make sure the path is actually walkable for people. I can understand it's not on their list of priorities, but like I've said before, if you're going to have a national trail, you've got to maintain it, because in certain situations it could be dangerous. I would recommend doing it, if you're going to walk the whole thing, in a couple of weeks, I would probably recommend doing it May, June, just for the weather and the daylight. But yeah, I would recommend it with, those slight concerns I have over navigation and trail maintenance. But I've enjoyed it, yeah. Like walking the Thames, it's a really interesting walk, a river walk. You get to see, the river when it's born and when it joins the sea, and all the little towns and cities that it passes through on the way. So yeah, I enjoyed it. So thanks for watching all these videos. Thanks for listening to me waffle on and getting things wrong. It's all fun. And coming up next, possibly next week or the week after, will be the River Severn from source to sea video, which will be about 20 to 30 minutes, a bit like the Thames one I did, just basically showing you the whole river from start to finish. Showing you all the towns and cities and stuff. None of the bits in between of me walking and talking nonsense. Yeah, really enjoyed doing the Thames one, so I'm looking forward to doing the same for the Severn. So, look forward to that. Thank you very much for watching, and see you in the next video.